Hello everyone, I'm back with another mukbang, and today we have an American Italian feast. We have pizza bread, which if you ask me just looks like a cheese sub, and cheese raviolis, fried cheese raviolis, and these were called portobello escapades. They're portobello mushrooms, gorgonzola cheese, breaded and deep fried. And we have banana peppers. So now let's eat. How are these banana peppers? I love banana peppers. Okay. Oh, I'll open up the ranch. Oh. Have one of these mushrooms. In the ranch it goes. Mmm. Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Mmm. That is so good. Oh my god. Ravioli. I have some marinara sauce over here. Mmm. Mmm. Now for the pizza bread. Oh, it's gotten a little cold because of me setting up, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh! I forgot to tell you guys where I got this food from that I'm moaning and running over. It's a place here in South Haven called Avellino's. They've been part of the Mid-South for 30 years. This sounds like a sponsored video, but it is not.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But their food is really good. So if you're in the area, stop by Avellino's, get yourself some food. I've had their pizzas and their salads, and all of that is good. All of this is delicious. I'll put their website in the description box. So if you really do want to go get their stuff, it'll be in the description box. Mm. So, I was on Facebook the other day, scrolling like one does, and I come across this article about this dolphin, right? I'll pick that up later. It's talking about this dolphin in France. And a dolphin is like causing drama, being frisky. And I was like, what in the world? I've never heard this before, right? Apparently, the dolphin was being too sexual or whatever. So, the mayor has advised people not to swim because it's a bit dangerous. And I'm like, what? What in the world? What? So, like, I click on this article, right? And I start reading the article. And, I'm just like, what in the world is this article? Like, it's making me laugh. I'm like, just having a ball over it. And then I come to this part of the article and talks about this woman named Margaret. And I was like, what? Like, what is going on? So then, I'm like, I've already gone this far. I can't go back. I have to know. Like, who, what, why, when, where. So, I'm like, I'm sorry, FBI agent who watches me. We about to dive into some craziness. So, I look up this woman. She did a BBC thing because apparently in the 60s she was working with a dolphin named Peter. And she herself is not like a scientist or anything. Like, she literally has no reason to be like there or anything. But apparently the story goes that she was in the Caribbean. She was living there at the time. And she heard about this man funded by NASA trying to teach dolphins to speak English. Now, this part of the story had me interested. I was like, what? NASA tried to, like, teach dolphins to speak English? Is this possible? So, I'm reading more of the article, and it goes into talking about how she goes down to this facility, and the man who's running the whole operation stops her, and he's like asking her why she's there, you know, and she has like such zeal for the dolphins that he's like, you know what, you can come in and see the dolphins, like, why not? Come pet a dolphin, like, this is fucking SeaWorld now. So, Margaret comes in, she sees the dolphins, and she starts showing up. And he's like, you know what, you're here all the time. And she's like, yeah, I love the dolphins. And he's like, you know what, you can help me work with the dolphins. And she's like, yes, this is what I want. I want to teach some dolphins some English. So, she's working with the dolphins, and then this guy's like, okay, you've been working with the dolphins for like about 6 months or a year or whatever. 3 dolphins. A male dolphin and 2 female dolphins. And she had this crazy idea. She was like, well, if we're going to teach the dolphins English, then we have to really... So she builds this whole, like, weird contraption where she like, waterproofs, like 2 or 3 rooms and fills them up full of water, and then, like, suspends a bed and, like, a desk to where she could, like, on a platform to where she could, like, stick her feet in the water and stuff. So she's going to be living with the whatever dolphin she chooses when this happens. So she picks the male dolphin because she said that he hadn't, the other 2 girl dolphins, because like I said, there were 3 dolphins, there were 2 girls and a boy. The other 2 girl dolphins had already had some English training, and the male dolphin hadn't. So she chose the male dolphin because she was like, he will just be like, I will be just teaching him, so he'll know how I teach, blah, 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 I won't have to reteach. So literally, remember, this is funded by NASA. She literally does this, right? Moves the dolphin upstairs, is living all day, most every day with the dolphin, and trying to teach it English. Here's the kicker. Here's what everything's like. that, right? So, the male dolphin was kind of like a teenage dolphin, right? He was coming into his sexual prime. This is going exactly where you think this is going, just to let you know. So, this is going there. So he's in his sexual prime. So while she's teaching him, trying to teach him English, he ain't listening because he trying to get it on. She said, he'd like rub up against her legs and her feet with his penis, and he just wouldn't get any learning done because of this. She said the first couple times it happened, she'd stop the lesson. And have him move downstairs with the 2 other female dolphins so he could get his groove on and then come back up. But it was highly disruptive. It took all day to get him down there and back up and whatever. So, she said, no more. You're too horny, no more. We're just going to rub it out. We're just going to get it done up here. So this dolphin would get a hard on, and she would give it a hand job, and then they'd go back to doing the teaching, the learning. So every time this dolphin got a hard on, she'd get one out, and then they'd go back to it. I read this and was like, what? Oh, what? She was like, it was sexual on his part, but it wasn't sexual on my part. I was like, why'd you do it? Oh my God, like, okay. Calm down. I'm hyped now. Could you imagine how hyped I was reading this? I was like, did I read this? Is this true? So I had to do more research. I'm like, fuck this article. This article's a lie. This is all a lie. Fake news. Hashtag Donald Trump in this bitch. Fake fucking news. So I go and I'm like, where's this BBC shit? Where is it at? Okay, I'm not going to give you any links or anything. But if you look on YouTube, it was like, the girl who loved a dolphin, the girl who loves dolphins, the girl who teaches a dolphin, something like that. You can hear her giving this testimony about her spending a year with this dolphin. And every time it got erect, she'd rub it out for him. No shit. She said that Hustler did a magazine report on her, and that she was really very embarrassed about it because basically the picture they used was of some girl fucking a dolphin, and she's like, that's not what happened. It was sexual on his part. It was not sexual on my part. Maybe sensuous, but not sexual. I was like, oh my God, what the hell? Oh. But then the guy who was leading this research, right? He got hooked on LSD, right? The 60s were a time, man. He got hooked on LSD, and he was, because at that time it was a new drug, and doctors thought it was like an actual drug that could, start selling some. So he wanted to run tests on the dolphins with LSD, but dolphin and human anatomy are different. And apparently LSD don't do shit to a dolphin. They're just like, why you shooting me up with shit? And he himself, so he himself like started taking LSD and stuff, and after about a year of her living with the dolphin, he like basically shut down the research and stuff because him and a partner got into a fight about he didn't want to learn dolphin. Basically, he didn't want to learn like the clicks and stuff that they do. He was like, if they ain't learning English, this shit ain't happening. So he moved them from the Caribbean to Miami in like tanks. And Peter the dolphin, every breath the dolphin takes apparently is a deliberate action. Like, you know, we could go to sleep and, you know, we're still breathing. You get knocked out, you're still breathing. It's automatic for a human. It is not automatic for a dolphin. Dolphins think about every single breath they take. It is deliberate. And about 6 months after they moved him from the Caribbean to Miami, he swam to the top, took his last breath, and then sank to the bottom and committed suicide. And they called her and let her know. And she was like kind of nonchalant about it. She really was. She was like, oh, well, it was sad for him. I'm like, bitch, rude. Like, the dolphin was in love with you. No. There's a zoologist or whatever. And he literally said the dolphin was in love with her. He was like, dolphins can fall in love. He's like, and, you know, doing this for a whole year, it did nothing to her, right? You know, rubbing one out on the dolphin did nothing to her. She was just like, yeah, get your erection and go somewhere so we can learn some damn English. But to him, that was his partner. Every time he was aroused, she sexually satisfied him. So when they took him away from her, he was like, damn, my girl's gone, my mate's gone, who gonna do anything? Nothing. And then he died. He committed suicide. And I was like, damn, dolphins commit suicide? And yes, a lot of dolphins, if they're not being treated right in the wild, will deliberately commit suicide because they don't like the way they were being treated. Oh, no. Not in the wild. In captivity. I was like, damn. I didn't know dolphins committed suicide. Dolphin side. Didn't know. I felt bad for the dolphin. I was like, damn. First of all, in my opinion, that's just wrong. Like, even though, like, it was an ends to a means, it still's not right. Because you hurt the dolphin over time. You know? Because, yeah, it meant nothing to her. And she's kind of nonchalant about it now. But clearly it meant something to the dolphin, you know? Clearly, whatever, it was like not in the dolphin's plans to be moved. I don't know, it's just sad thinking about it. Like, it was funny in the beginning because you're like, damn. Israel literally jerked off a dolphin for a year. Think about that being your job. What do you do for a living? I'm a doctor. What do you do for a living? I'm a lawyer. Margaret, what do you do for a living? I jerk off a dolphin. Yeah, but it's crazy. The rabbit holes I fall down on the internet, crazy. But the guy who was running the business or whatever, the dude arguing with him, he now is one of the top dolphin researchers or whatever today. Oh, it's interesting to think about. Like, dolphins literally are such, like, sexual beings that, like, they're either getting fucked or they're not learning nothing. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dolphins can be gay. They have an open society. That's pretty interesting. They also masturbate. Do you guys care about this? Going on and on about dolphins. Fuck. Well, when I first bought this, I was kind of like, oh my god, they skint me, but all of this is like really filling. So yeah. What do you guys think? Would you have done it if you were her and you wanted the dolphin to learn without interruptions? I don't know, I don't think so, because like I said, over time it hurt the dolphin, you know? I would love to like get the old Hustler thing though. That would be so interesting. To get the article they did on it. Because Hustler's like a sex magazine or something, right? I wonder what they wrote about it, right? And you know, people were like, that ain't real. No way. But it was true. Apparently, it was true. Allegedly.
Not true. You didn't even know.
Huh?
I said she was definitely handling that dolphin.
Yeah. It brings handling to a whole new meaning. Okay. One of these days I'm gonna finish a mukbang, I swear. This was so good. Thank you for getting with me. Spending your day or time with me. Bye.